Hey, what's up, YouTube? Thank you for joining us and watching this interview with Blaze Davis, who works for YouTube. In this interview, we talk about what keeps people from succeeding on YouTube, also advice he would give to millennials who want to have a YouTube channel or just make an impact in 2019. So check it out. Thanks for watching. Click the timestamps below. Like, comment, share. Appreciate you listening and watching. Talk to you later. Well, welcome guys to another episode of Millennials in Ministry. I'm your host, Emeryville, and today I have the privilege of interviewing Blaze Davis, who's a friend of a friend, and I would really love to ask you, how do you know the Hamiltons, Rachel, Austin, Laura? How do you know all of them?
Well, here in out in Solano County, everybody knows everybody.
Really?
And once you're connected with somebody from another church, we're all connected. So I was managing JG and Red Letter a couple years ago, and Justin, the youth pastor at the building. Shout out to the building. So I was managing them, and they were going to that church and just getting connected with everyone. The head pastor of the church actually went to high school with my dad, so it's kind of cool to know that everybody knows each other. And then through the years, becoming friends with everyone from the building, and then doing video and photography for Rachel and Justin and Delicia and their family. So it's just been connected from church, and then, like I said, the area is really small, so everyone knows each other.
Yeah, that's really cool. They've been really good friends of mine, or become really good friends of mine, since I've moved here in Arizona. And they know of this podcast, and I was asking, who would be a good person? Like, I really want to interview somebody in the tech world. And they're like, you got to talk to Blaze. Blaze Davis is the man. So I'm glad that it worked out to interview you. And shout out to everybody watching online. I think, is it your wife, Amaria Davis?
Yeah.
Is she on?
I don't know if she's on or not.
Okay. She said, hey, babe. So I figured it was your wife or something.
There she goes. Yeah, I see her. Cool. What's up, babe?
And John Butcher. Guys, thanks so much for watching and joining us live. But Blaze, for people who don't know you, like, what exactly do you do? I know you work for YouTube. You mentioned some photography, some video. So what is your expertise in?
My full-time, is a live streaming specialist here at YouTube. And so I work with top creators and brands and partners with their live streams. I train them how to use the platform. And help them troubleshoot, test out equipment. And then the other full-time job, I run Just Be Media. And what I do there is I offer video services from corporate commercials to wedding videos to church promos. I do photography. I don't really broadcast it, that I do photography. But that's something I do. I love taking pictures. I just love.
Do you like?
What was that?
Do you like photography more than video, or video more than photography?
To be honest, I love telling stories, and so there's 1,000 words in a photo, and then multiply that by 100 with the video, and so I don't really have my favorite. I think it's just to be honest, a comfort issue. I'm more comfortable with video than I am with photos. But that's something that I'm working through. But I love doing both equally.
That's cool. So first question I want to ask you about your craft. When it comes to YouTube, in your opinion, what is it that keeps people from being successful on YouTube? People that start a YouTube channel and they want it to grow, what is keeping them from making it successful?
I think it's confidence. A lot of people, they have this idea of wanting to start a channel, and they're super excited about it. And then they start to upload videos, and they have this this goal that they want to see how many people are viewing or how many subscribers. And when they don't meet that number, they think that they can't do it, or they think that it's too hard, or they just kind of lose interest in it. But the biggest thing is just kind of overcoming that fear and being consistent with it. It's just kind of like, if you're trying to learn another language, you're not going to know it right away like you think you do, or you think you'll pick it up, but it takes time, it takes practice, and it takes patience. There's you know, a lot of people always ask me all the time, like, what does it take to be a YouTuber? How do I do this? And I say, well, first you gotta be consistent. And you kind of have to want it. It's another job. It's not something that you part-time or something that you just kind of, you know, do for fun. Like if you're going to do it and really want to be successful with it, you have to put in the work and the time, and just, you know, being consistent and having fun with it. And once you're doing that and people can kind of vibe off you and see that you're not just staging stuff, or you're not just editing out, you know, just the good content, but you're actually being open, honest, great content that people can use, this, you know, changing people's lives. Or you know, YouTube's the second search engine in the world, you know, behind Google. So when somebody wants to know how to do something, we all go to YouTube and we, you know, we tap in. So just kind of finding out what you're good at, having confidence in what you do, having fun with it, and just consistent.
You know what's so interesting to me? Like, I'm kind of like, I have a YouTube channel, but I take these live streams and I upload them to the YouTube channel like later. But what I'm realizing for myself, the more that I do these interviews, I also realize that the consistency part has a lot to do with how confident I am in myself and my abilities, despite how many people are watching or not watching, how many people are liking and not liking. And I've appreciated this experience because it's forced me to deal with my own insecurities and my own self-doubt, and to really push myself to really deal with why I'm insecure about stuff, you know, in order to just keep, because like, if you don't deal with your insecurities, you're gonna stop doing what you're doing, because you're gonna talk yourself out of it, you know what I mean? So I think it's so interesting that you said that that was a huge key to winning on YouTube, is confidence. That's crazy.
Yeah. And you know, because it's especially when you're doing these live streams, right? You know, you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what somebody's gonna say.
Right.
And it's not like you can just pause it, edit that part in, and then, you know, bring it back together. Like everything is raw and uncut, and it takes a lot to get to this point. It takes a lot to open yourself out to the world, or to, you know, your market, or to your followers. Like it takes a lot to open up to people. And so once you get over that, and you're ready to be to kind of let the world in, you know, it's just smooth sailing from there. You know, thinking creatively and just kind of moving along. Yeah.
Are there any features on YouTube that you feel like people don't really know about, or they don't currently use, that they should be using?
Well, I'm going to talk about the live product because that's where I'm at. And so I'm constantly telling people they need a live stream. You know, we have features now where you can, you know, do it from your laptop, from your phone. If you have encoders and more professional equipment, you can also, it caters to you as well. But it's not just uploading videos. It's also, like I said, you have, you know, Instagram is doing these live streams. You have Facebook doing live streams, and other social platforms doing these live streams. And so when you're YouTubing, that's just another way to reach more people, and to reach your audience. It's pretty cool to talk to somebody on the other side of the glass. You know, sometimes, and your viewers or your subscribers, they also want to see you. You know, they want to be able to interact with you, even though they're miles away from you. You know, and so conducting a live stream or a weekly live stream really help that engagement and help your subscribers or your viewers know that you see them, that you appreciate them, and that you can interact with them. They can ask you questions live, and you can respond right then and there. And so YouTube is not just uploading videos; it's also you know, taking full advantage of the live streaming aspect of it, and really engaging with your audience. So
that's cool. I think it's
live stream.
I think that's so interesting, that live stream, because like I see like churches live stream their service, or like an event live stream their event, but I don't see a lot of, but like Gary Vee live streams like special things he's doing in his office, you know what I mean? But I don't see like a lot of, and maybe I just don't watch a lot of them, like influencers, YouTube influencers just live streaming, you know what I mean? But I think that's really cool that that's what you would suggest doing.
Yeah, like you know, a couple months ago, Liza was wanting to go live, and because she did her premiere show, you know, where she wanted to go kind of like if anyone's seen The Walking Dead or The Talking Dead, they had The Walking Dead show, and right afterwards they were able to talk about it. And so Liza wanted to do that as well, where somebody can go on YouTube, watch the episode of her show, and afterwards, her and her cast, they did a Q&A, or they kind of talked about each episode. And that really helped her. You know, she already has millions of subscribers, but also helped them know that, you know, they can interact with her, or like see what she's doing. And it's not just, you know, she was open and honest, and they were, you know, having fun and talking about the show. And so, you know, there's other ways, you know, to go live. One of the streams that I worked on that was pretty big was Katy Perry did a live stream, and she did a 72-hour live stream, you know, and after the live stream, she did a concert. And so nobody was expecting to see a day in the life of Katy Perry.
I saw that. That was really good.
And there's other, you know, smaller channels or up and coming channels that are also taking advantage of the live stream.
That's so cool.
Because they, you know, on your channel, you can put a bunch of different things. You can have your how-tos. You can have your inspirational videos or your creative videos. And then you can do, you know, Talking Tuesdays, or, you know, What's Happening Wednesday live streams, where you're jumping on for 15 minutes and you're just, you know, answering questions from your Twitter feed, or, you know, your IG or whatever. So there's a lot of opportunities and creative ways that you can take a live stream and flip it, so it's not just, is this working? Are we live? Where you can actually produce a good show. Like right now, what you're doing is a perfect example of what a successful live stream or successful live podcast looks like. You know what I mean? Consistent, almost consistent, you know, except for me. You know,
no, it's okay. It's okay.
But you know,
that was my fault too, though.
So you're always consistent with what you're doing. And you know, your followers and people that are followed, they know to look every Monday for a live stream from you, and to have a guest and have somebody that they can ask questions to, whatever. And so, you know, you're doing it. I mean, you're not doing it on YouTube, but you're doing it already. You know what I mean? You know, proof's in the pudding that anybody can do it if you're willing to put in the work. And it doesn't matter what platform you're on. You know, each platform is used differently, and I always recommend that people use all of them, use them all, not just one or the other. Use them all, because they're all used differently. And once you understand what works for you and how each platform works for you, then you're able to, you know, to really take full advantage of it and have fun with it.
Have you seen a difference, or have you seen that vertical video works better than horizontal video at all on YouTube? Like I noticed on the phone, like if you watch a vertical video and you make it like full screen, it's nice because it shows up on the whole, takes up the whole thing. But what do you think about that?
I usually tell people, and what's funny is that question is asked a lot. I tell people, you know, on our platform, we want it to be full screen. So I'm going to tell somebody, turn it horizontal, you know, and just keep it classic. But when you're doing Instagram, you know, you want it vertical. A lot of people like watching the vertical streams. And so, you know, I usually tell people do both. Like do a, you know, a live stream on YouTube, keep it vertical. So that way, when we're on our computers, you know, we can hit full screen, and you don't have those annoying black bars in the way. Same thing with Facebook. You know, you may not want those black bars, you know, but on Instagram, it's all cool. So, you know, do a separate episode on IG, like, hey, we're going to go live, you know, right after, you know, and so that way you have your vertical, and you don't have those bars.
No, that's cool. That's really good, because that was something I was doing last year, was just using the black bars and putting it on YouTube. But then I thought, what if I just edit it and just put the boxes side by side and then put that on YouTube, you know? You got some fans here, Butcher's Choice, your people, Justin, my guy. Laura says hi too.
What's up, guys?
Todd Bafo, Jenna, thanks guys for joining and saying what's up. You're famous, man, on IG. You're famous over here.
My family that left me in California and went to Arizona.
I know. How could they do that? I don't get that.
You know, I'm proud of them, though. I miss you guys, but I'm proud of you guys.
Yeah, they are great people. They've become really good friends of mine for sure. I want to ask you this too. Like, what are some astounding metrics you found on YouTube that people don't really realize?
Like,
is there a certain group or category of people that are mostly on YouTube that people don't really realize, or like a certain category of video or anything?
No, YouTube's different. And the reason why I say that is you want to think of YouTube as globally, a global, like you want to reach the world, you want to use YouTube. If you want to reach
Okay.
everyone in Arizona, then you might want to go to Facebook. So it's
Okay.
hard to say who's on, who's watching or whatever, because each channel is different, and
Hmm.
I tell people all the time that, there's billions and billions of people in this world. And because your videos are not working for one group or one group of people, it may be working way somewhere else, and so
Yeah.
it's hard to say who's on, who's watching, because it's all ages are on YouTube. It's all over the
Yeah.
world. Everyone has access to it. And so, there's not one group or one age group or whatever kind of on it, because everyone's on it, because you're able to reach the world, so that's kind of a hard question that.
Sure. No, that makes sense. And I know that there is a huge difference between using YouTube and even Facebook. And Facebook, of course, with its ads feature and target marketing and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate that feedback for sure. But I want to know a little bit more about you. Like, what are some exciting things coming up for you in 2019? Special projects you're working on that you're excited about? What do you got going on?
Yeah. So, this year is a year for me to elevate everything that I'm doing. Whether that's the stuff I'm doing here on YouTube, the stuff that I'm doing with Just Be Media. I'm also, I also work at my church as a videographer, storyteller, and, building that team and getting a lot more storytellers an opportunity to tell stories, and so people and share their artwork. And so, right now I have a couple local businesses, I'm going to be doing some video marketing and videos for,
Yeah.
with YouTube, working with, some more creators. I can't really say which ones I'm working with right now.
Gotcha.
I'm working with
Understood.
some top name YouTubers with the stuff that they're doing, and really getting into virtual reality and being able to understand it, so I can help educate people on virtual reality, so they're not it's not something that we fear, and they know how to properly use it and not abusing it, and just finding other ways to create. Definitely elevating everything that I'm doing as far as creatively. I got 4 kids, and my
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, thank you. And we're expecting a daughter, in a couple months. And,
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm about to have my first daughter, so I'm kind of nervous.
Wow.
Kind of nervous with that.
Wow.
And so
yeah,
man, elevating, time with family, time with my wife, going on vacations. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just elevating everything.
That's awesome.
Amaria said,
she says your baby due in a month.
Yeah.
In a month. That's great. No, that's really cool. And you brought up storytelling several times in this interview, and I want to ask you, when it comes to storytelling, or you're talking about, training up storytellers in your church and stuff, like, how do you teach someone to be really good at telling stories?
That's a great question. I feel like we all can tell stories. Yeah, I believe everyone can tell a story, but the difference of people that I can see potential in, or see that they may have something to share with the world, is how passionate they are with what they do. So a lot of times when someone asks to volunteer with me, or can they intern for me, or, kind of ask some questions before I really pour into them, I like to ask them, like, what do you want to do? And a lot of times when you ask that, oh, I want to do this, and you can see the excitement and how fired up they get about it. And so when I'm talking to somebody who I think is creative or who has a story, you can be a chef, in the way that you cook a dish, you're telling a story through your artwork of how you presented this plate, or if you're a designer, telling a story through the clothing. So I kind of look at where people are at creatively and what they're creating, and then once I kind of start diving into what it is that they like doing and why it is that they're doing it, then I'm able to help them focus in on why it is they're doing it, and how to better tell that story, whether that's with the camera, that's with the notebook, that's with your voice, with your clothing, you know, just everything that who you are. And so I like to, I start grilling people. I start asking them a bunch of questions, and like, I kind of dive into you. And then once I kind of see how you are and what you're excited about, then I'm able to pinpoint that specific area and then help you grow that. And that's kind of what Just Be Media was built on, was I wanted to create an environment or a company that can help people who are creative, help tell their story, but help push them in whatever it is that they love doing. And so, you know, tagline is just be what you were created to be. And, you know, so everyone that I've helped or worked with, they all can contest that I start asking a bunch of questions and just kind of processing where you're at. So that way I can know how to better help you and help pull that storytelling out of you. So you can actually do what you love doing. Not just working a regular 9 to 5. You can work that 9 to 5 and then have your side hustle what you're creating, or you can actually do what you love doing for your job, you know, for your 9 to 5, and you're able to just be happy, you know. And so that's kind of how I do. I start to grill you with a bunch of questions, and then I help you.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And what I'm finding too, like with storytelling, like you said, like once you find that passion, it's focusing on the process of your passion, like what makes up the end product, and like how can we tell this better. I love the way you explain that, because that's something that I want to get really good at myself, like kind of just sharpening that axe. Working with a marketing company right now as my job, and this is kind of like my side hustle, this Millennials ministry for fun, you know, but really learning like how to tell stories better. So that's really good advice. Thank you for sharing that. One question I ask all the people I interview is, what's one piece of advice you give to millennials who want to make an impact in their community?
I would say that that what you do and what you say matters. And just because you don't see the results of what you're doing right away, you never know what that impact is, how it's impacting that person behind the scenes, or when they're at home, or when they're at their job, you know. So whatever it is that you're doing, I would say don't give up, because you never know who's watching, and you never know who that's impacting. And so, you know, just keep pushing, you know, until you get to where you want to get to. Even when you get there, just know that you still haven't arrived, and that, you know, that God gave us all gifts, and all of us assignments, and all of us opportunities. And so taking those opportunities, running through those doors, and just pushing forward, because like I said, you never know who's watching. You never know who's being influenced or inspired by you. So yeah, keep going. You never know.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really good, Blaze. Thank you so much for joining us on this interview. You were great. A lot of really good nuggets here. And if people want to follow you, stay in touch with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
You guys can follow me at It's Blaze Davis. I'm on IG. I'm on IG all the time, so that's where you guys can tune in, catch me, ask me questions. If you need some video work, holla at your boy. But yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's Blaze Davis.
Cool. Well, thank you, Blaze. It's been great chatting with you. And congratulations on your little baby girl coming up pretty soon. And best regards to your family.
Thank you.
I hope you win in 2019. I know the best is yet to come for you.
All right.
Appreciate your time.
All right. Peace.
Have a good one, man.
All right.